Do you object to men caring about body count? Let's do that. Show of hands.
Wait, what?
Do you object to men caring about body count?
About a woman's body count.
So, I as a woman, would I be mad if he asked me my body count?
Sure.
Is that the question?
Or if he cared. Or
if he cares about my body count.
Yeah. Do you take
would I get offended to that?
Do you take issue with it? Do you take issue with it?
No.
I don't take issue with it. I just think it's something you ask in high school or something. Like,
So
hey, what's your body
juvenile,
count?
okay, fair enough. What about you?
No, I don't
Kinda
take
grow up.
issue with it.
You don't take issue with it?
I don't care.
Yeah, not at all.
Or
Okay. So we should go around the table. What's everybody's body count?
I think probably 5.
Probably 5.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
might be a little bit higher. Really only slept with the people I've been with in like a couple other situations
Sure.
that
Okay.
thought I would be with them.
I'm not going to share my body count.
Plus or minus 10.
I'm not going to share my body count.
Okay.
I have 2. Industry-wise, maybe 50, but personal life, 2.
Okay.
Is it men and women?
Let's do breakdown for both.
9 men and 3 women.
Okay.
11 men, 0 women.
Wait. Have you two? Have you guys?
I wish.
I wish.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just on OF.
I'd pay for
Link in
that.
IG bio.
I'd pay for that.
0.
You should do it with me. I'm so down.
Mine's 4.
Repeat it. I don't think.
4.
8.
Okay. There you have it.
No, what's yours?
And I don't reveal my body count.
47.
So you made us answer, but you
I
can't
did.
answer.
I did. I am I'm a man of God. I do not
Will you
reveal
tell me a
my,
range?
Okay, man
my
of God.
Oh,
Like,
my-
plus or-
will you tell
plus
me
or minus
if
10?
it's right?
Well, whatever all the girls said.
Plus or minus 10? No?
I don't
5?
disclose. I don't
6?
disclose.
Okay.
How good your poker
whatever.
face?
Brian, I
9.
have a question for you.
What's up?
Do you think that it is hypocritical of men who expect women to be virgins, but theirs is like over, like 50, over 100, over 250?
That's
Do you think it's
kinda
we were just talking
hypocritical?
about that.
Well, yeah, but I'd like to hear from Brian. Like, what is your particular position on it? Because you were kind of vague.
No, I don't. Excuse me. I don't think it's hypocritical.
But aren't
I
they
think that's
contributing to, so like a lot of these men, they look at the hoes and, like they'll say, oh, she's a hoe and things like that. But isn't it hypocritical because you're contributing to it? You're actually making them into a hoe because you want a good time. Like, I'm not saying you. I just want to say that. Not you, but just,
You can
men
call
in
me a
general.
hoe.
The homemaker.
Call me a hoe.
No, I don't.
Be called a hoe,
I don't
Brian.
want
The
to call you that.
homemaker.
But I am saying, like, any man that has like over, 50, over 100, over 250, like, especially inside, I think, especially inside the red pill space, for you to say that. And I've seen some men on here, and I completely agree with most of what they say. But then when they say their body count, I don't understand it. Why would you not have that same expectation of yourself if you're going to expect that of a woman? And I'm not saying that, you should have, like only 10. Like, I think 10 is right where I would probably want it, for like a man.
Sure.
But at the same time, if it is like over 10, or I'd prefer it to be lower, but if it's over 10, over 20, over 30, like, you've had men on here that are upwards of like 200, and they're inside the red pill space, and I just think it's
Sure.
very hypocritical.
I don't.
So what's
Okay.
your
Yeah. So I
response
see
to
what
that?
I see what you're saying. So I don't think it's wrong or hypocritical for a man to want, even if he has a high body count. I don't think it's hypocritical for him to want a partner with a low body count. However, I think it would be hypocritical if he said women should have low body counts, but he sleeps with a lot of women and he's contributing to the high body count thing. I think
could see
that
that.
would be hypocritical. However,
What is the number that you think is high?
for a woman,
No, for a man.
For both.
For body count?
Well,
Per age.
for a man who wants a woman that is pure, because if you've had 250 women and you want a virgin. I understand
Damn, that's a lot of
biologically why you would want that, but what makes you think that she'll want you? I mean, she waited for
Sure.
you, so why would
Yep.
Yeah,
That and
she want
I
you
don't
to compare to-
Sure.
compare
I don't know if a woman wanted to disqualify a guy because of his past sexual experiences. I'm totally okay with that. I don't have a double standard where it's like women are not entitled to have a preference when it comes to if they don't want to date a guy who's a man whore who slept with a lot of chicks. Totally cool. Both men and women are allowed to have their preferences, standards, and boundaries when it comes to that sort of thing. But again, just to reiterate, I do not object to a guy who has a high body count preferring a woman with a low body count or who's a virgin.
That's like saying, like,
I
that's like if a
understand the
girl says, I
preference.
want a guy who's wealthy, but the guy's like, I don't want a girl who's broke. It's just a preference. Like,
It is a preference.
it's simply a preference. You can't, it's
well,
not,
I understand the preference, but it's more the expectation that I have a problem with, because I think the expectation.
there's zero expectation. There's no expectation. It's, you can want something and not expect it.
No, but I think I sort of get what you're meaning, like guys who are like, man, these women out here, and I try not to I certainly think I don't use this sort of language like, these women out here shouldn't be fucking sluts and whores and like sleeping around with a bunch of dudes. But then they go out
Right.
and fuck a bunch of chicks and have casual sex with them, have one night stands. That's where I think it gets hypocritical, but I don't
Yeah.
think it's necessarily hypocritical as a guy to prefer a woman with a low body count, but you have a high body
Oh, I
count.
completely agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I think the preference is fine. My position is more, I think that if that's an expectation that that man has, and he has upwards of 100, I think then it becomes hypocritical.
I mean,
But
I think there's
I see your point.
I think there's accountability on both sides. I think men should, it's tough, but I think men ought to not. You ought to at least be open to a continuity. I don't think men should be having one night stands with women. If a girl's in town for the fucking week and you meet her at a bar, like, my recommendation to men for a variety of reasons, some of which I'm not going to get into, is probably just don't sleep with her. It's just not, to me, if given the option of, and I've had this option before, like if a girl is in town and she's going to be in town for a night and we can fuck once, to me it's not even worth my time. Like, it's not worth it to fuck a chick once. Like, so I don't know if that adequately answers your question. And also similarly, I would say women, if you're out, you're traveling, you're in fucking Vienna for 3 days, don't go fuck an Austrian dude, just saying.
I have a question
know.
that's kind of off topic. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
It's like kind of the same
Yeah,
topic,
yeah,
but
go
a little
for it.
bit off.
Go for it. It's good.
How do you guys feel about, like, everyone? How do you guys feel about when women are virgins? A lot of times they're seen as, like, you guys, like the trophies, or like people like crave them, like use them as a fetish sometimes, want to have that purity. But then a lot of times when a man is a virgin, they'll get called out by their friends. They'll be like, dude, you're a virgin, we got to get you laid, or like it becomes like a joke and they make fun of them instead. Which, I mean, I don't see it that way, but it's all over the internet. It's all over the bros.
Definitely
It's how
happens.
they treat other guys when, I don't know if they deserve that, but that's kind of like the standpoint. It's like, oh, you haven't fucked yet? Like,
I don't
well, you
see it
should.
that way either. Like my very first boyfriend, he was a virgin and he made me wait till he was ready, and I like fully respected that.
Yeah.
Like it honestly said a lot more about him. In a
As
way.
women, I
And-
think we respect it, but I think as a lot of the guys will look at them and be like, dude,
Yeah.
you're a virgin. Like, come on, let's get you
Which
laid. Like, I know
sucks.
someone
Yeah.
that is easy or something. Like, you see that all the time in college. And
which is why a lot of guys aren't virgins these days, because it's
Seek it
kind of
out.
it's almost masculine to have a variety of women or to have been with a variety of women, which is weird, but that's society. And it's feminine to not have partners, to not have had excess amount of partners.
They use it as their roster too. It's
Right.
like I've been with this one, this one,
Yeah,
this
no,
one.
it's a flex.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a
Because
flex.
it shows masculinity.
And
Like
then
I
because-
can get these girls.
And if a girl's like, well, I've been with these people,
Exactly.
they'll look and be like,
It's like, because men are, because if you go back, like, men are meant to chase the woman, not vice versa. So it's like when a guy has all these women, he's just quote unquote conquered that many women. So it's not, that doesn't work the other way around.
yeah.
I mean, unless you wanted to. Like, okay, go crazy.
I think another component of the double standard thing is it's way easier for women to get laid than it is for
100%.
men.
Sam donated $99.
Yo, thank you, Alvin.
Red dress, promiscuity is a double standard that benefits men and not women. Society treats men and women differently in this. Men are considered studs while women are considered 304s. Women would rather pick men with experience in the bed.
Word.
What's a 304?
What's that?
What's
It's
a
like an area
304?
code, I'm pretty sure. No, it's this stupid kind of juvenile calculator thing where if you type in 304 into a calculator, it spells hoe.
Like boobies.
H-O-E.
Yeah.
Just say hello.
Say hello, guys.
Back to the playground.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to the playground.